back at it again, and we have one with Jesse Lee Peterson in some savage moments. So grab your drink of choice, maybe even a little snack. All right, kick back, relax, and I'm sure we're gonna get a good laugh out of this one. With that being said, let's dive in.
Are you a Christian?
I am not.
You're not a Christian?
No.
And where do you put yourself as concerning religion?
Founder of the I Believe You project?
Maybe I'm multi-religious, if that makes sense.
No.
I am a person who believes in faith and goodness holistically.
Amazing. I've noticed that women today, not all, but mostly liberal women, they seem to be, they pretend to be tough, but yet when you see these type of movements, they are saying that they're weak. You know, they need laws, and they accuse men. It's as though they don't know how or have the strength to say no to a man or to walk away. Whereas when I was growing up, women were stronger. And if they didn't want to do anything with you, you knew it. You said, okay, fine. You know, what happened to these women that they're so weak that they need to pass laws? They're always complaining. They're starting movements, while yet you hear them say, "Oh, I'm a strong woman. I'm strong. I'm wonderful. You know." It's like they're lying. A lie is in there somewhere, because a strong woman or a strong person wouldn't be crying and passing laws and trying to hurt other people. They would defend themselves. They would go on with life, because life offers so many challenges. Are they weak or are they strong? I don't know what they are and what they want.
That's a very interesting perspective that I've never really thought about.
And it's mostly liberal women, feminist kind of people.
We have found that it actually takes great strength to come forward to tell your story. And
it doesn't take much strength to do that.
It does.
It takes strength to say, hey, guy, I don't want to have sex with you. Leave me alone.
There were plenty of white, privileged oppressors that took advantage of the system to continue to abuse and oppress African Americans, who are great contributors of society.
Where did that happen and when?
All throughout history. As soon as white people started going to Africa and pulling people against their will onto slave ships.
That didn't happen. That's a made-up lie. The blacks
She looked shocked.
were sold to the Arabs by other blacks, elitist black, rich blacks, kings, and then those Arabs took them to other parts of the world and sold them. The white man didn't just go to Africa to get some Negroes. That was made up.
Either way, they were sold against their will. A human being is not to be bought or sold. They're not a commodity.
But it wasn't about a so-called white privileged male.
Okay, let's substitute the word white for Arab then.
No, yeah, it was
That's fine.
The Arabs who did it. And yes, maybe that was wrong, but
Actually, technically, it was other black people that did it. Other black people sold black people to, other places. So,
but the white man didn't do it. So likewise,
but it was still wrong.
it's such a very interesting point you're making, because likewise, these liberal women, they could be making up lies too, just like you thought that was the truth. They could be pushing a lie as well with a hidden agenda. Is that possible?
No.
Do you consider yourself a feminist?
What?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
How about a feminist?
I consider myself a human being.
I can see that you're a human being, but do you consider yourself a feminist?
It's a good question. That's something that's been asked of me quite a lot recently.
Sure, yeah. And what is feminism?
Okay. Well, feminism is a movement both socially and anthropologically in recent modern history, although it has existed previously throughout civilization, in many cultures, when...
She's having some trouble. She's having a whole lot of trouble describing this thing that she supposedly represents. Sheesh Louise. Get it out now. Get it out.
Whereas it's concerned for women's rights, whether that's equality or education or the right to work or reproductive rights. And that happens through social activism, through lawmaking, education, so on and so forth. My definition, I think a feminist in its most fundamental, just so we're clear,
Right.
the most fundamental, simplest form is somebody that looks at a woman and goes, hey, you're cool.
That's a very interesting statement. And so I need a short answer.
Okay.
I've never asked anyone this before. How does a man look at a woman and not think she's attractive and think sex? How is that possible?
They just they make a choice not to do it.
But it's okay for men to look at women and go, yeah.
I think any man
Mamma
that says
mia.
that they, if any man says that they don't do that
Right.
in their head, they're probably lying.
Yeah.
Probably.
And women too, right?
Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
human thing.
Are feminists in competition with men? Yes or no?
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
I got that
is-
impression from those godless women at the Golden Globe Award that they were in competition with men.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Do you love men?
Do I love men?
Uh-huh.
I do.
You know.
I do.
And what is love?
I think that, what is human love? Like, what is love between two people?
No, just what is love?
No, what's love between a human and a rabbit?
Love. A woman accused a man of sexual assault.
Mm-hmm.
Should we just take her word at it or just hear her out but wait until the evidence presents itself?
Well, we know how that one goes.
I think, well, I mean, being the founder of the I Believe You project, our aim is to have belief be the default position for all survivors of sexual violence.
Before the proof?
I think that it's important that we hear them out. It is what is
But
not okay.
Believe it though, right?
There are countless women and men who have brought forth proof to community leaders, the system, law enforcement, whatever, and they are disbelieved regardless of the
Well,
proof.
that's a different story. But just because someone says it, should we believe them just because they said it?
I think it's worth reserving judgment.
I have a friend.
She made absolutely no sense. And that is a very dangerous position, right? Where we're just believing folks with whatever it is that they say. Anybody could say anything. So why should we just believe? We can listen, and we should listen, but we also should investigate and wait until we learn the facts about the situation before we judge. But that's not the case these days. In the court of public opinion, you are guilty if accused. And that's that. Even if you are proven innocent, people will always hold that above your head. You are guilty. And that is BS. And I think that we should be taking serious legal action against stuff like that because of how the times are. Anybody who falsely accuses someone of something, oh man, they should be paying that other person for the rest of their lives. The person that they falsely accuse should get a cut of their check for the rest of their life. And I'm serious. Because in the court of public opinion, that's always going to be there. So as long as it's there, you gotta send a cut of your check to that other person because that's BS. It's the way that I feel. But y'all talk to me in the comment section. How do y'all feel about that?
I have a lot of friends, I think.
Trump has. Do you think that Trump tells lies, blatant lies?
Do you see that the president is more transparent than any president or administration in recent history?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
And how
not.
is he not transparent?
Well, why doesn't he own up to the Stormy Daniels story if he's transparent?
That's dumb, man. Don't go there. I mean, give me something
I'm
real.
asking. That's a question. That's a personal thing.
Give me something
and
real.
And it's based in truth somewhere. Why doesn't he just own the truth of it?
That's shallow. I'm not going there with you. That's shallow. Give me something
Why is it
real.
shallow? But it speaks about his character, though.
What does that have to do with the president in the
How is
White
he the
House
light
now.
when his character is in question? How is he the
His
light?
character is not in question.
I'm questioning his character. These
Because-
are questions he hasn't answered.
And the reason you're doing that because you are a member of the family of the children of the lie. Are you a Christian?
I believe in God. Yes,
Are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
Are you a
I don't think
Christian?
I don't think God intended for us to have identities that said we're specifically what He wants us to be. I don't think He wants us to be called Christian or Jewish
Patrick.
or Buddhist or anything. He wants
Patrick.
us to believe in Him.
Are
So,
you a Christian?
I believe in God. Yeah.
I didn't ask that. I asked, are you a Christian?
People can't answer simple questions these days. Simple questions these days. It's crazy.
I believe in God.
You're not going to answer that question?
Well, I don't know I don't know what a Christian is. I grew up in Christian church. I'll tell you that.
But let me
Now,
ask, are you a Christian?
Who, me?
No, you.
I don't know if I can identify like that because
Patrick.
in my eyes, Christianity has done a lot of harm.
Patrick,
As well as good.
are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
Patrick, are you a Christian?
I don't think so.
We're getting
You can't
closer.
answer yes or no?
I'm not sure. That's for me and God to figure out once I meet God. We'll figure that out.
This is insane. You realize you sound insane right now, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We were getting closer to the answer. Like first he started off, no, I just believe in God, da da da. Then it was, yeah, I grew up in church. Then it was, I'm not sure. It seemed like we were like heading in the right direction, and then boom, he just hit a wall.
I told you I grew up in a Christian church. I know exactly what Christianity is.
But
That's why I question
how do
whether I'm a
you
Christian or
know?
not.
Hold on, he just said he didn't though.
How do you know what Christianity is when you don't know if you're one or not?
Well, I'll tell you this. My
If
father,
you know
I
what
consider my father
it
to be a
is,
gr-
if
I
you
consider
know
my father
what
to be a great Christian.
Christianity is, then you would know if you're one or not. So it doesn't make sense.
Then I'm not. I'll say I'm not.
There
You're
we
not
go.
a Christian. Why is
There
that
it
so
is.
hard to say?
Well, the reason I say that I'm not is because I don't think I live up to the parameters of what a really good Christian
But you
is.
still should know if you're one or not. The answer is yes or no.
No. Then I'll say no.
Amazing. Patrick, I appreciate your call. Hello?
That's all?
Yeah.
That's all?
Yeah, because your mind is blocked. You
No,
can't
it's not
see.
blocked. Jesse, I'm trying to talk to you in
No, you're
reasonable
not.
terms.
No. You're not trying to be reasonable at all. Your mind is blocked. You're an Obama fan.
No. I'm
You are
asking
a
questions about
Trump hater.
No.
And you're a beta male.
You're perpetuating racism, Jesse.
No, how
You call Trump the great white hope.
He is.
Don't you understand what that says to people?
What does that say?
Well, when you don't understand what that says.
What does it say?
Explain it.
No, I don't.
Listen,
I don't
Jesse,
understand what that says to people.
I'm going to say one
I
thing.
don't
in closing.
understand what that says to people. What does it say?
Well, it sounds like you have a little self-hatred going on.
When I call the president the great white hope?
Well, when you give him more light than you give yourself, yeah.
But I'm not the president. He's the president. I'm talking about
That
him.
means nothing. We're all human beings. It means nothing.
So what does it say to you when I call the president the great white hope?
Well, it implies a certain negativity that you may not be thinking about.
And
I
what's
think.
that negativity?
Well, look, whether you want to admit it or not, America, the great country of America, was
What's
built on the
that
foundation of
negativity
racism.
that you get when I call the president the great white
The
hope?
great country of America was built on the foundation of racism. Of
That's not true. That's a
skin color
lie.
Racism.
That's a lie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really a lie.
How is that? When we were enslaved, the white men weren't.
You were never enslaved.
My people were.
You were not enslaved. That's a lie. When were you enslaved?
Where was I enslaved?
Yes.
Personally?
Yeah.
Great point.
Well, Jesse, I'll tell you this. When I grew up in my
When were
house,
you enslaved?
my parents never taught.
This guy Jesse is on point, man. He don't play. He does not play at all. But he's also telling the truth. Like when people say, they put us in chains. What do you mean us? When were you put in chains? They did this and did that. Well, when did they do that and do this to you? They did that to you? When? man, let me know. I'll stand right beside you and fight against them. They did that to you yesterday. They made you go do those terrible things. They kept you on the plantation yesterday. Show me where they live at. We pulling up right now. This stuff, man.
About racism.
I gotta go. Thank you, Patrick. What are you?
Okay, now.
So are you saying that the president is wrong for putting up a wall around the border?
Yes, I feel he's definitely wrong for that.
Why he wrong? Why is he wrong for that?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm from upstate New York, Utica, New York, to be exactly. Like I said, I'm biracial. My mother's white, father's black. Now I'm from Utica, New York, which is a melting pot of people. When I say it's literally,
why is the president wrong for putting a wall around the borders to stop people from just coming in?
Because this country was built on nothing but immigrants.
That's not
true. In my city alone, I have 87% of people pretty much that is a melting pot.
Were those immigrants illegal?
Yeah, majority of them was coming from Ellis Island and back in, yeah, definitely. And
they came into the country. They came into the country illegally.
Many of them did. You got many of them that came under. You got many of them that crossed into this country.
Amazing.
Back in the days when immigration. These are the people that built this country.
The country had already been built before those people came. That's why they were able to come. Because the country was...
If anything, they
country... No, hold on. The country was already here. You know who the Great White Hope is, right?
Got a great point.
The Great White... Do I know who that is? Like Larry Bird?
So, Jesse Lee Peterson, man, is an absolute savage for sure. And the fact that he keeps a straight face the entire time is absolutely hilarious. It is one of the most calm, collected ways to dismantle someone's argument I have ever seen. He keeps a straight face the entire time and makes someone explain themselves into, sounding absolutely foolish. It's hilarious. Well, what do you mean? Well, are you? Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian? Yes or no? Are you? Are you? And he keeps the straightest face the entire time. Man, this guy is good. This guy is darn good. That is for sure. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this craziness in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Thank you guys for all of the continued love and support. Greatly appreciate you guys. Peace and love. I'm out.